So let's talk about this elephant in the room. The safeties. The safeties, the safeties, the safeties. Now, for everyone who think we're like overreacting across the Cowboys Nation's fan base and why we're calling for their heads, let's just start by saying that, you know, one, we understand Mike Zimmer's scheme. Mike Zimmer's scheme, the most important position group with the most important workload, highest workload, is the safeties. Let's start right there. We rock and roll our coverages. That's the foundation of our disguise. If you really want to know it, if you don't know the progression of a quarterback, as soon as a quarterback goes, first of all, I recommend going to listen to Cam Newton. Cam Newton broke it down probably in layman terms as casual to the casual fans as possible. I don't want to go fully football nerd, but I'm just breaking down. Look, when the quarterback comes to the line, first thing he looks at is the safeties. Then he looks at the Mike linebacker and sees the shrimp. But the safeties tell almost everything with the defense. It gives away the coverage. If you didn't know, cover 1 and cover 3 look the same because they are what? One high. Cover 2 and cover 4 looks the same because of what? One high. When you're doing fire zone blitzes usually come out of what? Cover 3. Why? Because it's more of a zone look, and you can roll the safety each way. Now, why is it important, you know, for the safety play, especially when in Mike Zim's scheme, when he's constantly rocking and rolling the safeties, going 2 high to 1 high? Because in order for a disguise to work, we need to manipulate and confuse the quarterback. Both our safeties, which means they need to be able to cover when they're back in the 1 high and they're in the last line of defense, or they're going to need to be able to tackle when they come up in the box and be the extra force defender, especially on the edges. That is very, very crucial that both your safeties, free and strong, I don't care what they are on the depth chart. In Mike Zim's scheme, they always exchange responsibilities. So they need to be able to play each position, because you never know what you're gonna. Well, you know what you're gonna be playing, but I don't want to hear that. Oh man, I don't like to cover. Oh, I like to be in the box. I'm a box safety. I want to go hit something. No, in Mike Zim's scheme, you need to be a balance in both, and that's what gets me to the safeties we have in our group. I feel like their styles and weaknesses and strengths intersect. They don't, complement each other. Which means, you know, what I mean by that. Let me start with the biggest one, Donovan Wilson. Donovan Wilson is a freak athlete of a guy. I understand that. I understand. He's the enforcer of the team. He's the physicality injector coming into the box. That's him. Notice I said coming into the box. Whenever Donald's always going to come down, and he wants to get downhill as a safety. He's a hard hitting safety, right? Donovan Wilson's weaknesses as a safety, because that means he's usually Donovan Wilson's true position is a strong safety. Okay, but him at free, we got a problem. We got a big problem, because his hips and his angles that he take when in space, he seems lost. Donovan Wilson out there versus the Saints when I forget his name, Khalil Rashid, when he was just walking by him, it was almost looking like Donovan Wilson was fielding a punt on a post route that he was trying to defend. I'm gonna say that again. It looked like he was defending a punt, but it was really a post route that he was trying to defend. And that to me is very, very bad. Very bad. Very bad. Because I'm sorry, Donovan Wilson, in this scheme of Mike Zimmer's, you're not always going to be able to be in the box all the time. If we was able to do that, that is a tendency that will come up in this copycat league of the NFL, because now whenever they see you in 1 high, we're going to immediately throw it deep, because we know you can't. Your hips are not be able to. Your angles are terrible, and your ball hawking skills are non-existent. Malik Hooker, great cover guy, ball hawk. I think he's a true free safety. You know what I'm saying? He loves to give him a deep half, he'll do his job. Give him a deep third, he'll do his job. That's a cover safety. Malik Hooker, a lot of times I felt like even before this year, even in Dan Quinn's scheme, when it was time for him to come fill a gap on the run fits, he was a little bit iffy. There was plenty of plays where everyone else does their job. They're forcing it to the next gap, and it came to where Malik had to fill the gap, and he would absorb the blow. Even if it's not the ball carrier, it's the fullback. The fullback is the elite, the immediate escort of the ball carrier. So if you blow him up, you technically blow up the entire play. And I did not like his attack when going downhill to fill the gap. Even on the edges, they were to blame as well. When he goes and he's the force defender out in the edges, he does not fill in the gap. So why is this a problem? Well, in Mike Zimmer's scheme, we keep going back to this. We gotta rock and roll the safeties. I'm sorry, Malik. That means as soon as we're rocking and we're one high and Donald's deep and you're in the box, man, the defense is looking like, hey, when you one-on-one with that safety, run him over. Go to him. He shies from contact. That's a tendency that's put on film for this copycat league. When I was watching this film, effort can fix a lot of these issues in masking for a long time. That's what I'm hoping Zim brings out of them. If they give more effort, Malik Hooker can fill the gap. Donald can, I don't know, because Donald is more of a talent issue, but at least Malik can fill the gap, So, in my previous video, a little heated, I said both safeties need to be replaced, but look, I am happy if one, and the obvious one that needs to lose his job or vastly needs to reduce his snap count is Donovan Wilson. We knew it coming in. We saw the great safeties that Zimmer likes to use, and we just knew that Donovan Wilson would be the odd man out because his skill set does not fit what Mike Zim likes to use in the defense, and having him out there will always tip our hand of what we're doing in the disguising. This is the foundation of our defense and of how we're disguising coverages. And if we can't get that correct, then you have games like yesterday when we're giving up record-breaking, numbers in a half. And I'm a firm believer who opens the gate is responsible for the trouble that happens about. So who opened the gate? Safeties, Donovan Wilson, in my opinion. But everyone else does have a part to play. But I'm just saying. Listen, Cowboys fans, that has been my time. I'm trying to do my best to keep going. Listen, I'm not going live on Monday today, September 16th, because it's my birthday. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I should get a little break, even though I'm still working and making this video. But make sure you like and subscribe. Join, send some super chats. Join the community if you want to support. The Cash App, it should be in the description. If not, go to a previous live and I'll have it running. But yeah, I love you guys, man. You keep me going. Until next time, keep your head up, Cowboys fans. Peace.